Alexandria, let's go ahead and take a look at your week one drawings. I really like what I'm seeing. These are quite lovely, especially for week one. I'm pretty impressed. So we do want to start working on proportions, and I think you probably already, I have a sense that you kind of know that. That, we might be a little bit off on some of these. For example, your ears might be slightly on the high side. We want to kind of work on softening up this jawline. But we have, I really like this kind of little curve of the nose you've got going, and I like how you're starting to think that, hey, maybe shapes aren't always delineated by, really crisp, strong lines, that maybe it's this kind of light and shadow that gives us a sense of realism. And so I want you to start pushing that further. Think about shadows around the eyes. You started to think about that with the cheeks. It's like when you're doing makeup, like if you're familiar with the idea of contouring your face, we kind of want to think about that with drawing, that how does light fall that kind of shows us, where the cheekbones are, where the jawline is. You start to experiment with shading a little bit here. So just push that a little bit further. We might be a little bit small on the eyes here, things like that, but I like what I'm seeing. I think that, this is a really strong start. And with the hand as well, really a lot of courage is what I'm seeing here. This kind of, the way you're holding your hand and this angle is really challenging. And again, I like that you're starting to think about those shadows. We have a nice sense of proportion here. I can tell that, this is kind of, this space is more forward than, what's back here. So I can get this sense of depth. It looks like we might be a little tad bit short on some of the fingers. And I know that's hard when they're bent like this, so let's maybe experiment with doing, kind of a flat hand so we can start to get that sense of proportion. But I like that you're starting to think about the way knuckles are all these individual parts that make up a whole. This is really quite strong here. I get this sense. We might want to kind of deepen the shadows a bit here and really, blast out the highlights on this part of the hand to give us this sense of this being the most forward part and this being, the part that's the furthest back. But I'm really liking what I see. Nice job here as well. A little tad bit goofy on a few of the lines as far as, linear perspective goes. Like this line here, we would want those all to kind of be parallel, right? Any line that's going this direction is kind of going to be the same if it's something against the wall like that. But, we're going to do a whole lesson on linear perspective there. And then, nice job here. This is just kind of a fun one to look at different ways of creating lines. So again, really strong start. I like what I'm seeing, and I'm excited to see where we go from here.